Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Tuesday. Oh my goodness, this is the first day of July. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're rejoicing and we're glad in it. You know who I am? I am Gigi, and this is Walking 1K with Gigi. I encourage you Monday through Friday to get out and get at least 1,000 steps in. Have to come out a little bit earlier. Now, this morning, oh man, it feels great. It feels great because we have been in a heat wave here in the 757 for over about 2 or 3 weeks. We have been in the 80s and 90s, and it's been so humid. But you know, today is a beautiful day, but every day is beautiful. Every day is a good day because when the Lord, he made each day, He's so faithful. I always think about, oh my goodness, Lamentations 3:22-23. It's because of the Lord's mercies we have not been consumed. His compassions fail not. Oh my goodness, because the way this sun has been, you felt like you could be consumed by the heat. Good morning, good morning. But his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. Oh, I just have to give God the praise through that verse this morning. But anyway, got a gym nugget this morning. Oh, this is an awesome devotional here in the our daily bread this morning, and the story is told about Samuel. You know, the children of Israel. From the beginning, Israel was God's chosen nation, and they God was their judge. God was their king. But you know, uh, they came to a point, children of Israel said, you know what? We want a king like all of the other kings. And you know, that was a slap in God's face. Let's put it that way. It was a slap in God's face because the very first commandment was, you shall have no other God before me or above me. Oh my goodness. And it was a slap in the face. And Samuel was trying to warn them. He was trying to tell them, you don't want to do this because if you do this, you're, first of all, you know, again, it was like a slap in God's face. We don't want you. They were rejecting God as being head over them and their judge and so forth. And, but God told Samuel, yeah, go ahead and give them what they want. And you know, they selected King Saul, and he was the first king of Israel. And let me take it where the text in the Daily Bread starts. But then after all of this happened, listen to this. In 1 Samuel, the 12th chapter, starting with the 19th verse, it said, the people all said to Samuel, pray to the Lord your God for your servants so that we will not die. For we have added, come on now, to all our other sins. Now they realize their sins. We have added to all our other sins the evil of asking for a king. Now they realize what they have done. Then Samuel says, do not be afraid, Samuel replied. You have done all this evil, yet do not turn away from the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. Do not turn away after useless idols. They can do you no good, nor can they rescue you, because they are useless. For the sake of his great name, the Lord will not reject his people, because the Lord was pleased to make you his own. But this is the verse. This is the verse. I tell you, Samuel, because see at the beginning, did you pay attention to the beginning? After they had did what they did and wanted the king, they said, pray for me now. Pray for this evil to be off of us. They realize now they had even added more because they asked for a king. But this is the verse that my gem nugget is based on. As for me, this is Samuel, far be it from me that I should sin against the Lord by failing to pray for you. And I will teach you the way that is good and right. See, that part got me. This is what my gem nugget is today. Can't afford not to put God first and pray for you. You know, you probably have had people, you tried to tell them what to do and how to do things right according to the word of God. And you prayed for them to do good and to do well. And then they do the opposite. And then, of course, they fall into bad times and bad things again. Then they have the nerve to ask you to pray for them to get out of it. See, the first thing I would want to do in the flesh, you know, I told you so. I told you so. But you still did the wrong thing. But Samuel, you know that was going through Samuel's mind. You know that Samuel wanted to say, well, I told you so. But now you want to pray, we want me to pray for you. But I love Samuel. And this is the example we should take from Samuel. Samuel said, as for me, far be it from me that I should sin against the Lord. I am not as much as I feel about this, and I'm in my feelings now. I'm gonna put God first and pray for you. Although I told you what was gonna happen, I'm gonna put God. See, in this way, he was putting God first over his feelings, over what he had done. He said it would be a sin for me not to put God first and go ahead and pray for you. This is powerful. This is powerful. I had not seen this before. And this is a lesson for us. You know, there's a story here at the beginning of the devotion. Uh, this young man, he said, I don't know where I'd be today if my mom hadn't prayed for me. I don't think I'd even be alive. And, we've heard this a lot. I remember the song by Dorothy Norwood, somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind, took a little time and prayed for me. I'm so glad they prayed. Despite what I did and how hard-headed I was, they prayed for me. And he continues. It says that Rahim, he was a former addict who spent time in prison for drug distribution. Over coffee one day, he shared the difference his mother's prayers had made in his life. Even when I disappointed her badly, she kept loving me with her prayers. She put God first over her feelings. And she said she kept loving me with her prayers. I was in a lot of trouble, but if she hadn't prayed for me, I know it would have been worse. See, you know, that happens so many times, but I can't afford not to sin on top of that, but not praying for you. Even when I told you so, well, we told you so. I can't afford to sin on top of that by not praying for you. Oh my goodness, I love that. Don't let the devil fool you. Let me end it up with how they ended up here in the devotional. It says Samuel's response reminds us that praying for others is a way, listen to this, of keeping God first in our hearts and lives. See, we can't even put our feelings and stuff over God, especially when people don't do the right thing. We still got to pray for them because, like Samuel said, it would have been a sin not to have prayed for them after that. And after that verse, after he says that, he continues to tell them what they should do. He's going to pray for them because it said, be far from me not to pray for you. But he says in verse 24, but be sure to fear the Lord and serve him faithfully with all your heart. Consider what great things he has done for you. Yet if you persist in doing evil, both you and your king will perish. He said, I'm going to pray for you. And it far be from me, because I'm not going to sin by not praying for you. But it's still some things you have to do. You still have to put God first in your life. Oh my goodness. Can't afford not to pray. I can't afford not to put God first and pray for you. I know a lot of you have loved ones, and I know you felt like that sometimes. You tried to tell them and you tried to guide them according to what thus says the Lord, through what He has told you when you prayed for them, and they still did something. But keep praying, put God first, and keep praying for them. Oh my goodness. Well, today is Tuesday, and that means that this evening at 7 p.m. is going to be time for your weekly uh, Sunday school lesson, as it is taught from the International Sunday School Lesson Series. So join me this evening at 7 p.m. for Church School Live. It's going to be all the way live. Church School Live. And oh, got a good one today. We're still talking about the sacrifices and honoring his altars and temples and so forth. And we're going to the New Testament, and we're going to none other than Jesus Christ when he was 12 years old. Oh, you don't want to miss this one. You don't want to miss this one. The title is The Boy Jesus in the Temple. Oh, you probably heard the story before, but we're gonna, this is deep. This is deep. You know, even at 12 years old, uh, Jesus understood the importance of being in the temple. And I'm going to give you a little nugget here, being about his father's business. Oh my God. So join me tonight at 7 p.m. for the boy Jesus in the temple. The Gospel of Luke is the only one that tells us about Jesus at a young age. The other Gospels, they may start with his birth, and they say nothing in between from the time that he was a baby until he was about 33 years old. But Luke, oh my goodness, I thank God for Luke's story here about Jesus in the temple at 12 years old. Let's tune in tonight, because it's going to be good. Also, subscribe to the Jim Nugget channel. You know, I got my figures this morning. It was 54,941. 941. We're right at the tip, y'all. 55,000 subscribers. To God be the glory. We're climbing bit by bit, but we're climbing almost to 55,000. We're at what, 54.9 now? But we're almost there. And don't forget, get your walking 1K with Gigi shirt at Gigi 1K store.etsy.com. I had it on yesterday, and I'm going to wear it off and on so you can see that shirt as well. But anyway, don't forget, you can't afford not to put God first and pray for people, even though they're hard-headed, even though because they'll be just like this young man and other people say, I'm so glad they prayed for me, had me on their mind, took a little time and prayed for me. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed for me. Y'all have a blessed day. Be cool. Stay hydrated. Bye-bye.